the way that people work in the world.
My passion is to help women become more empowered in their lives, and in so doing, also help the children of our world.
My passion has to do with Mexican Americans. I was inspired by a young lady that I met one day picking through trash in my neighborhood with a baby on her back.
My mother gave wonderful advice. The real Jane gave wonderful advice, which was, if the door opens, go through it.
Passion into action is a falling in love. It's like if you fall in love deeply enough with that which really matters to you, everything opens from there.
You could see what the outcome of this conference is, and everybody's enthusiasm for participating in it. It's a way for women to give their voices to what the issues of the day are, how we can improve our communities, the nation, the planet. So it provided me inspiration, but also tools.
Once we have determined that we will define power for ourselves as the power to, and once we think about the power to as being leadership, well really, what is leadership but getting something done, being the Jane that does.
And then as I found that if I focused myself and my capacity on protecting something I really cared about, that I could make a difference without going to business school or having any of the external credentials that supposedly you're supposed to need before you do those things. It just became a self-reinforcing loop. So that's really what happened for me. And first it was seeds and then it was women.
That women have an incredible strength, energy, creativity, and we can in fact together change the world.
And I realized how important it was that I really make the most of my life on every level, and that includes my own experience and my own happiness.
So you can just understand what it is, and if you understand the technology, then you can get your message out. So many times women have something to share and they can't get it out. They're stopped by the technology.
Power we have as women in the Western world, it is our time, and technology is here. It's like no other time that we've had before. We have the technology to connect with each other now at a rapid pace.
So I realized that although all these people thought of me as a woman leader because I had helped build Seeds of Change and I had co-founded Bioneers, I didn't think of myself as a woman leader at all. And really inside there was a very scared, insecure person. And I thought, well, that's really incongruous. How do I help these two things match up? And what do I need to do that? And I started fleshing out my own story. So I was given an assignment to write the story of my relationship to Bioneers.
That it's really important that each of us shares our story, that we get clear about our story, we let go of the pieces of the story that aren't serving us anymore, and that we continue on creating new stories. For me, my story is about creating inclusion. Inclusion on all levels. I broke my back in a car accident in 1975 when I was 21. And at that time, there were no role models for me. There were no people in wheelchairs that I could see or hang out with. And as time went on and I began my journey, I started to realize that creating more inclusion for people with disabilities was essential.
So I started a sustainability fund at the UC Berkeley campus when I was an undergrad, and it actually raises $2 million over 10 years. And I took that model and spread it nationally over the year of 2008, and I was able to raise $16 million.
That every single person has something to offer, that what we all are doing is very important. And do not discount anything that happens in your life. It's all important.
Everything that looked like you've arrived in life. We had a huge house in Belgravia, London, a silver Jaguar with a chauffeur and all the designer clothes you could possibly want. And I entertained. I took people to Pebble Beach and Wimbledon and Ascot, but I was absolutely broken inside. my mission right now, and I'm writing my book, is really about reclaiming the feminine and embracing it and just loving who we are.
I got married at 15, and like Gloria Feldt, had my family. By the time I was 20, I had two children. Later became a single parent after a divorce, and went to college and to law school, and have achieved a lot.
All I can say is get in touch with your story and sing, 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 because now is the time and the world is crying to hear our song. Thank you.
The country is ready for your message. The country is ready for our message. The world is ready for our message. And the thing that I want to leave you with is this. A movement isn't a movement unless it's moving. Putting our beliefs and putting that passion into action.
She's climbing up a ladder, navigating suits, presenting to the company just what she wants to do. It's sustainable and visionary, lucrative, exact. Got a team doing research and back it up with facts. How does she do it all? How has she been doing it all along? Jane is my girl, she's my sister, my mom, every woman who turns her light on. She's a fundraising organizer on task, got a flow chart mapped in her veins. She's a spinning around, holding hands with her sisters, kids, their faces turned up to the rain. She was initiated into an ISIS tribe, drove an 18-wheeler rig to Mississippi, got her girlfriends together on a new moon night to plant intention seeds. So check it out, Dick Jane's heart is on fire, and just what it is to be, and you can see Jane do what she does.